Hello and welcome to Fernbank Science Center's The Sky This Week for July 25th through 31st, 2021. We have some bright planets in the evening sky, a bit of a meteor shower toward the end of the week, and we finish off with a last quarter moon on Saturday. Start early on the evening of July 25th, this Sunday evening, looking toward the west. If your viewing spot has a clear sky. West is the direction where the sun appears to set. Face that way, and the bright star-like object is actually the planet Venus. Venus is a little closer to the sun than Earth is. The cloud tops reflect sunlight very well, so it looks very bright. Sometimes it's called the evening star. And the planet Mars is part of this collection over here toward the west as well. Mars is a lot dimmer than Venus is on the sky. It looks like a brightish star, and if you have a clear flat horizon, you might be able to see those. On the 27th, Mars is close to the star Regulus. If you remember a few weeks ago, we were talking about the constellation of Leo, the lion. There's the sickle for his head and shoulders, and the star Regulus is his heart. Venus is backed by the tail of the lion these days, and the planet Mars is close by. Again, you need a flat, dark horizon, no lights in the way, even the sunlight. And this is a little deceiving in that Venus is not going to look like a big full moon, but a really bright star object. Toward the end of the week, the southern Delta Aquarid meteor shower occurs. It peaks July 28th and 29th. That's the night when you can see the most meteors. The best time for viewing meteors is when we're standing on the darkest part of the Earth. So that's after midnight until sunrise. Early morning is best. And this year, the light from the waning gibbous moon may block out most of the meteors to see. Meteor showers happen when Earth's orbit intersects the orbit of a comet. Comets come past along their orbits and leave trails of dust and bits behind them. And if the Earth's orbit happens to intersect, when the Earth gets right to that spot, the Earth's gravity pulls those particles down toward the surface. The high atmosphere blades away, and they look like little falling stars or shooting stars. Sometimes there are hundreds and hundreds of them. The Delta Aquarid group is not quite that many, maybe a few dozen or so, about 5 o'clock in the morning. If you're out looking on the 28th, one way to find the radiant, where the meteors appear to come from, is to look for a couple of things this year. The waning gibbous moon over toward the south part of the sky. Jupiter and Saturn, both exaggerated on size here, both bright planets. And if you look up above the moon, there's a square of stars. It's called the Great Square of Pegasus, almost a perfect square. And it's fairly high up on the sky here in the Atlanta area. If you want to measure and make sure you have the right square, hold your left arm straight out in front of you, make a fist with your left hand, keep your elbow straight, move your arm up. You can fit your fist inside this big square of stars, the Great Square of Pegasus. Pegasus is just above the constellation, Jupiter's in the middle of it right now, of Aquarius, and that's where the meteors appear to come from. So add in some dots and lines: Pegasus, Great Square, Aquarius, with Jupiter off to the side, and in this area is where the radiant, where the meteors appear to shoot out from this part of the sky. So the Great Square, fairly high up on the sky, follow it down toward Delta Aquarius. The star's name is Scott. And that's the area where the meteors will appear to come from. See if you can find it, the Great Square, near the top of the picture, above the moon. There's the big square. Follow the edge down toward Aquarius, and that's the area to watch. So near the planet Jupiter. The Hubble Space Telescope, launched in April of 1990, and it's had fits and starts, but the amazing engineers and technicians got the computer problem solved in the middle of July, and we have new images. Right now, the Hubble is looking at what are called peculiar galaxies, galaxies of all shapes and sizes. This one has the remarkably romantic name of AARP MEDOR 0002-503. It's about 490 million light years away from where we are. And this is a huge galaxy. This arm stretches out 163,000 light years. I mean, 3 Milky Ways could fit across there. So it's a large galaxy, pretty far away. But the images will keep coming and the science will keep going, even though the telescope is older than many of you. Saturday marks the last quarter moon for this month. The last quarter or third quarter moon, the light is on the left-hand side along the terminator, that daytime, nighttime marking. This is where a lot of the nice crater shadows and pretty things to look at through a pair of binoculars. For us this year, it's on Saturday, July 31st. And technically, it's at last quarter at 9:16 a.m. So it's a chance if you want to spot the moon exactly at its last quarter spot on the sky. The sun will be up, it'll be daytime. And if you look up at the sky, you'll see that half a moon shape. And it'll be the curved side facing toward the sun. See if you can spot that if the weather is clear. And again, thank you so much for listening. We appreciate your paying attention to our website, www.fernbank.edu, for participating in Friday evening virtual planetarium programs on our Facebook page, and for the information from our observatory. Thanks again for listening. Have a great week.